Hello, VC. This is Greg from 3 Dimensions in Music, and I finally got around to it. Hello once again. I wanted to respond to a thread that was generated by a gentleman. His name's Robert Griffiths. He's out of the UK. He's been around quite a while. He's got a lot of great videos. I watched a lot of responses from other guys in the VC, and I thought I'd participate. It's about a month ago that he did this, so I'm a month late, but sorry about that. But when you're retired, time stands still. Anyways, I'm wearing my Steelers garb because they are in first place in the division, and this is maybe the one time this year that they will be, so I'm soaking it up. This is a jersey that commemorates one of my favorite linebackers, Levon Kirkland. And for this occasion, I brought out my little helmet with his number, his signature, Levon Kirkland. Linebacker extraordinaire. I would not want to meet him between the tackles because he was as big as a refrigerator. But I digress. James Griffiths has a thread that had one of the, it's not a contest, it's just a thread, show 10 dudes with their axe on the covers of the albums. And the axe meaning his guitar. So it's a slang that's used for guitar, axe that is. And I thought that was a pretty cool thread, and I picked out a few from my collection. Obviously there's some I left out, maybe because they didn't have an axe by themselves, because they have to be by themselves, not with the band. And some of the guitarists that I love, Carlos Santana, I didn't see one, but I really didn't get that far down the alphabet. I kind of just went from A and then picked them out as I went, some of my favorites. First one I'll start out with is John Mayer, Where the Light Is. This is a box set, basically. It looks like, I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4 record set. It has a acoustic set and a trio set and a band set. You can see the different songs on there. And you can see John Mayer, who played with the Dead reincarnation very successfully. There he is with his axe. Looks like he's taken the guitar solo while everybody went over and had a glass of whatever. Great. This is a great album. It's on CD, but I particularly love this. This is live in Los Angeles. So this is the first one, John Mayer, Man with His Axe. Next one on the list, a lot of you blues people were familiar with, Robert Cray. This particular album is Strong Persuader. Very easy to find. Very good album. As a matter of fact, I bought this from my local record store. It was used. But you can see that he signed it for a local radio station in the Pittsburgh area, WDVE. Very popular. Been around for as far as I can remember, playing rock and blues. And it says, all the best, Robert Cray. And this was a very, very good condition album for being used. I didn't pay very much for it, even though it had the signature on the front. Let's see, this one, I guess I showed her right next door, still around, smoking gun. Robert Cray with his axe. Great singer, great blues player. Next one on the list, a big favorite of mine, Larry Coryell. If you're not familiar with Larry Coryell, he's usually with the Seventh House, which was a band that he formed back in the day. I've been a fan of Larry Coryell. I've got a lot of his albums. This is one with him and his axe. Godfather of jazz fusion is what they call him. You can see it's on the, I've had this so long I got it on my VRP sleeves, which is long before MoFi sleeves. I used to buy the VRP sleeves. It's on Vanguard. Very good, good album. This one here, Return, it's called. Larry Coryell. Really like Larry Coryell. Excellent guitarist. All right, next one on the list. That was number 3. This is number 4. Most people are familiar with Al Di Meola, jazz fusion. He was on Return to Forever with Chick Corea. And here he is with his axe. I think he's got a couple axes. He's a great virtuoso on the acoustic guitar and the electric guitar. You pick it, he can play it. This is on Columbia. There's the back with his favorite guitars, or axes I should say. Great album, highly recommend it. Casino, Al Di Meola. Next one, blues theme here, Gary Clark Live. That's on Warner Brothers. This is a fantastic album. A lot of great playing on there. And obviously he's on the stage and the pictures from behind out into the crowd. That's a great picture for an album cover. It's a double record set. See if I can bring this up here. You can see where the crowd is. I would love to see him live one of these days. I hope to. He lives down in Texas though, so he doesn't tour very often. At least not up this way. Gary Clark Live. Man with his axe. Dude with his axe. Dude. A little shout out to Steve at All the World's a Stage. His favorite, one of his favorites, Tommy Bolin. This is called Whirlwind. I got this Record Store Day. They put out a few Tommy Bolin albums on Record Store Days, and I scarfed them up as fast as I could. It's a double album set. Back in his early solo career. A lot of great songs on here. Cucumber Jam, Alexis, Red Skies, Leave Other People Alone, Wild Dogs, and A Marching Bag. All one song on, it's a 26-minute original version, Marching Bag. Tommy Bolin with his axe. Died too soon. All right, next one up. Most people are familiar with this gentleman. Joe Bonamassa. Man, can he play. This one is from Live from Albert Hall. I believe it's a 3-record set, or maybe 2. Yeah, it's a 2-record set, but a lot of smoking songs on here. This guy can really play. The production on his albums are fantastic, but I really love this one particularly. Let's see if I can open this up in the gatefold here real quick. I got a nice picture inside, I believe. Let's see, with all the people in the band. And Joe Bonamassa is just a fantastic blues guitarist, singer. That is great gatefold there. Looks like you got Eric Clapton up there helping him out. Had a guest. Just played this the other day, but only played the one side of it just to get familiar with it, and it was just so fantastic. Great album, live from the Royal Albert Hall. All right, next one up is one of my favorites. Shout out to Gary at Physical Format Rock and Roll. His favorite guitarist too, Jeff Beck, performing this week at Ronnie Scott's. I believe that a shout out to Matt at Prime Analog Records. He didn't have this, and wasn't really aware of it, and I think he got it. He's glad he did after I showed it a while back. But this is a 3-record set live at Ronnie Scott's, and it has Ty Wilkenfeld on there as a bassist. And she's a marvelous young lady that can play bass, and you could tell that Jeff Beck really appreciates her. But there's our good man, Jeff Beck, gone too soon. Died real suddenly, and there he is with his famous axe, Jeff Beck. That was almost my coolest cover, because one of the things that James said was he wants you to wait for the last album for the coolest cover. I believe this is number 9. I got this at Record Store Day 2. Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush, Real Live. And I actually got, one came out one year and one came out the next, so they kind of eked them out. Real Live, Volume 1, Volume 2. Both great double albums, both of them. great production on them, great sound. Love this guy's playing. He kind of channels Jimi Hendrix in a way, but he has his own style. He is a very good guitarist, and there's Frank Marino with his, and I believe this guy's from Montreal. So a shout out to our friend up in Montreal. A few people up there that I watch on the Canadian broadcast VC channels. Again, Frank Marino, I almost said Frank Zappa. That's another favorite of mine. But he was in the Z, so he didn't end up in the 10. Like I said, I gave up a few guitars to put these up. Although, tell you what, James, if you would indulge me, I'll sneak one in. Frank Zappa live in Munich with his axe. Great album here. Wonderful concert. Again, my last album, which I think is the coolest cover, is, y'all know, Jimmy Page. This is one of his albums where he joined, not with the Led Zeppelin. This is with a band that's more oriented towards jazz, believe it or not. A lot of music on here that you would not be familiar with, other than he was playing with the band, and you could see that cool picture with him and the double neck guitar. Just always loved that. And this is, there's a volume 1 and a volume 2. I have both. It's Jimmy Page and Friends, tribute to Alexis Corner. And it's got his likeness on the label. It's a pretty good, it's not what I expected for Jimmy Page. I mean, you look at that and you have expectations of just a constant jam with Jimmy Page, but it's his friends more than it is just him, which is okay. It's definitely not something I would think that, I would say that Jimmy Page dominates on. He just plays with these guys, and it's just a great sounding album, but it's not Led Zeppelin by any means. But a great picture. I picked it out because of that and the double neck. Okay, I think that covers everything. Thanks so much for the idea for the thread, Mr. Griffiths. I appreciate that. I've been watching some of his videos and enjoy him very much. I can see why he's a very popular VC channel. Before I go, I just want to say goodbye to my beautiful granddaughters, Madison, Evelyn, London, and Charlotte. Love you guys. Bye-bye.